Hello everyone, so today I am back with another mental health video for you guys, and before I start, can we please excuse my hair? I just put up in a bun, so yeah, please excuse that. So today this video is going to be about suicidal feelings, because I feel like that's one where what I have to explain to you guys, because it's a very important one. And as always, I'm on the Mind website. If you can hear stuff going on downstairs, it's because my little brother's playing around and my granddad is mowing the lawn. So yeah, that's what's going on downstairs. Right, it says about suicidal feelings. Suicidal feelings can be terrifying. If you can no longer see why you should go on living, your feelings can seem unbearable. You may hate yourself and believe that you are useless and not wanted or needed by anyone. You may feel rage, shame and guilt. If you've had many painful experiences, particularly losses, you may blame yourself and feel that somehow it is all your fault and that you are a failure. You may feel You may feel overwhelmed, for example, by conflicts with family or friends. You may feel stuck in an emotional pain and believe that there are no solutions to your problems. If you feel powerless and that you can't change your situation and what is distressing you, the idea of suicide may give you a sense of being in control again. Depending on your beliefs, you could see nothingness, being reunited with loved ones, or reincarnation, I think that's how you say it, and start feeling even worse. And it's a bit in purple, and I think this is what someone has said. People kept telling me that I should be grateful because I had a lovely husband, a nice house and 2 perfect children. This just made me feel more terrible and guilty for thinking about killing myself. So I think that's just like something what someone has said. That's why it's in purple, I think. If you don't know the reasons why you feel suicidal, you may find it hard to believe that there could be a solution. You may start to think that death is your only option. Whether you are aware of a cause or not, it can be difficult to tell others about what you are going through. Therefore, you may avoid other people and feel annoyed if they approach you. If you have family and friends around, you may find it impossible to tell them how bad you feel. If you have been badly hurt by someone close to you, you may see suicide as a way of getting back at them. It is understandable to be angry with people who have hurt us, but suicide turns that anger in on ourselves. You may experience sleeping badly and waking early, a change in appetite, weight loss or gain, feeling cut off from your body or physical norm, a loss of energy. You may have stopped taking care of yourself, e.g. neglecting your physical appearance. Mixed feelings. You may be very clear that you want to die. Or you may simply not care if you live or die. However, for most people, suicidal thoughts are confusing. As much as you want to die, you may also want a solution to your difficulties. You may want others to understand how you feel or hope that they can help. Yet you may not feel able to talk to anyone who offers to help. Having such mixed feelings and being unsure about what to do can cause great anxiety. You may be harming yourself by cutting, biting or burning your body. Perhaps you are getting into fights or taking extreme risk. You may also be overdosing on drugs, bringing on alcohol, or have developed anorexia or bulimia. However, even when you are not sure why you are self-harming, it's usually a way of trying to cure the pain you are feeling inside rather than a wish to actually kill yourself. What does it feel like to be suicidal? There's a video here, but I can't really play it whilst on YouTube, so I'm just going to talk about what it feels like to be suicidal with my own personal experiences. It feels like, it feels like there's no other way to cope with your problems. It feels like that you just want the pain to go away, and if the only real answer to the pain going away is to kill yourself. And that's how it feels for my own personal experience. I hate my hair today, you guys. I hate it. Right, next it says causes. When it loads. Right, causes. Why do I feel suicidal? If you are feeling suicidal, it's likely that you have been experienced a growing sense of hopelessness, and worthlessness over a period of time. You'll be more vulnerable to suicidal thoughts and feelings if you feel unable to solve the difficulties in your life. These may include isolation or loneliness, the breakdown of an important relationship, being bullied at work, home, or at school, experiencing bereavement or other loss, work problems, employment, or poor job prospects, adjusting to a big change such as retirement or redundancy. I don't know big words, you guys. Debt problems, being in prison, pregnancy, childbirth, or postnatal depression, culture pressure, doubts about your sexual or gender identity, facing discrimination, a history of sexual or physical abuse, long-term physical pain or illness, or mental health problems. Long-term physical pain and illness. If you experience illness or condition that causes a lot of physical pain, it is difficult to control with pain relief. You may feel depressed and think that you would be better off dead. You may not want to die, rather you may want to find a way of ending the physical pain. You may also feel particularly scared or down if you've been diagnosed with a serious condition such as cancer, and are terrified of what it would be like to live with it or go through unpleasant treatment. Mental health problems. You may have suicidal thoughts while you experience mental health problems, especially if you're diagnosed with depression, borderline personality disorder, or psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. However, it is not inevitable that any of these mental health problems will lead you to feeling suicidal. Depression. The deeper your depression, the more likely is that you'll consider ending your life. However, you are more vulnerable to acting on your thoughts as you start to come out of your depression rather than when it is at the most severe. This is because you have more energy and motivation available at that stage. Borderline personality disorder. If you have a psychotic disorder such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. I've just read the wrong one, you guys. Sorry about that. If you have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, you may find it especially hard to cope with a stressful experience like losing a loved one or job. You may feel out of control, paranoid, or unreal. This can intensify thoughts of wanting to die. Now the one what I started to read before, psychosis. If you have a psychotic disorder such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, your thoughts about wanting to die may be related to depression and particularly to feelings of hopelessness about the future. If you hear voices urging you to kill yourself, this may contribute to your suicidal thoughts. However, you are more likely to act on your suicidal thoughts during your non-psychotic depressed phase. If you have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder or have just come out of a manic phase, you may be feeling guilt, worthlessness, and despair. This can trigger feelings of depression and suicidal thoughts. And the last bit is help and support, and I really want to touch on this just in case anyone is feeling suicidal and watching this. I want to touch on help and support. Help and support. Can I get help? If you are thinking about suicide, then you may believe that no one can help you. You may be so deeply hurt or afraid that you feel out of reach. If you are filled with rage and it can seem difficult to allow another person to make a difference, you may be refusing help as a way of punishing a person who has hurt you. If your anger has turned towards yourself and you feel self-hatred or guilt, you may believe that you don't deserve help. Many people think about suicide, but the majority do not go on to kill themselves. Like them, you can help yourself and you can get help from other people. You deserve help no matter what. By reading this, you have already made a first step to looking for support and help. In the next two sections, you'll find information about how, that's just about, if you read the next two sections. Didn't really need to read that bit. What help is available? Many patients ask their GP for help with emotional difficulties, so your doctor will be used to listening to these types of problems. They can refer you on for further treatments if this is something you want or need. Your doctor should discuss all your treatment options with you, and your views and preferences should be taken into account when making decisions about your treatment. Talking treatments. I think this is like counselling and stuff like that. Talking treatments include counselling, there you go, counselling and psychotherapy can help you make sense of your feelings and explore ways to deal with what you are going through. The aim is to help you find your own solutions rather than giving you advice or telling you what to do. And I think that's a very good thing to say, because I myself, I go counselling, and first before I went, I thought that they're just going to be talking all the way through and they're going to be judging me. But what they do, well, what my counsellor does is she speaks for a bit, asks me how I've been, and then it's my turn to speak, and then she'll ask me loads of different questions, and if I want to answer them I can, and if I prefer not to answer it, then I can just say I prefer not to answer it. But she will ask me loads of questions, like if I've been feeling okay, if I have self-harmed in the last since I've seen her, and if I don't want to tell her, then it's fine. But I think it's better to tell the counsellor as much as you can, but don't start telling them as much as it makes you feel uncomfortable. Just tell them as much as you feel possible. Sometimes I can tell my counsellor everything, and then sometimes I can't, because I probably feel really just not wanting to share stuff that day, and that's fine. If I don't want to tell them that day, then I don't have to tell them that day. But yeah, it is really good if you go get counselling. I know it can be really scary, but it does help. Just believe me, it will help, hopefully. But I've said hopefully because it might not help with everyone, but the majority of people who I've seen who have had counselling or is going to counselling, because I've seen people, that makes out like it's a boy. I've been friends with people who has had counselling before, who has not had counselling before, who is going to counselling, and they said it really helps. So yeah, it probably will help, and it helps for me. When I go counselling, I'm like, oh my god, I can finally let everything out, and it makes it feel better when you've told someone how you've been feeling, and if they're gonna help you with it, then it helps me to see that I'm not gonna have to go through it on my own. So anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope to at least help one person. If I help one person, then I'll be very happy with myself. Make sure to like this video, and make sure to comment down below if you would like me to do a video on the depression part 2, because I did depression 1 yesterday, and it was loads of things, so I wanted to do part 2. But if you guys don't want to see it, then I won't do it. And yeah, make sure to subscribe also, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!